Hi guys, we're going to be looking through this PowerPoint here today. It's all about cells, specialised cells should I say, tissues and organs. And what I'd like you to do is when I've finished describing each slide, I'd like you to pause the video and copy the information down into your jotters. So let's have a look. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to give 3 examples of specialised cells, describe what a tissue is, and describe what an organ is. A little bit of revision first. Here's the animal cell, very simple. On the outside of an animal cell, you have the cell membrane. And that's what controls what can enter or leave the cell. In the very centre, you've got the nucleus. And this is like the brain of the cell, the control centre. And then on the bit between the nucleus and the cell membrane, you have a place called the cytoplasm, and this is where chemical reactions occur. So not all animal cells are the same. In fact, they're all kind of different from one another. And that's because each cell is specialised for one particular job. Look at the following cartoon, see if you can understand why. The shape of a cell is related to its function. A good reason for the different shapes is shown below. Here's a rugby team. Now as you can see, the guys in the rugby team are all different shapes and sizes. And that's because they all have different jobs to do. The bigger, heavier guys are normally in the scrum, pushing hard against the other team, whereas the smaller, lighter guys are maybe the faster runners, and they can run up the wing, score the tries. And then you have guys who are good at kicking the ball, and they convert the ball over the goalposts in rugby to score points as well. So everyone's got a different job. And it's the same with cells. All cells have different jobs, and therefore they're different shapes and sizes. Now, I'll not get you to copy this slide down, unless you really want to, unless you're a very good artist so you can draw the rugby team, but I'll not get you to do that. Let's have a look at these cells. These are specialised animal cells. Do you know what they are? Do you know what they do? Well, these are red blood cells. And their job is to transport oxygen from your lungs round the rest of your body inside your bloodstream. So they pick up oxygen from your lungs and they're transported through your blood, and they drop that oxygen off at every other cell in your body. Very important. Now I will get you to copy this slide down, please. What about these guys? Do you know what these cells are? Well, these are nerve cells. And it's like the communication pathway in your body. These are the cells that pass the electrical information back and forward from your brain to your fingertips to all over your body. This is where you find out if you've touched something hot, or where your brain tells your muscles to contract so you can pick up a cup or something like that. What about these cells? This is where we all started. These are sperm cells. And these sperm cells carry male DNA to fertilise a female egg during sexual intercourse. What about these ones? Do you know what they do? Well, these are muscle cells. And muscle cells contract when they're given a signal from the brain to allow body parts like your arms and legs and maybe even your heart to move. So, cells, multicellular organisms are made of lots of different specialised cells. Humans, us, we are multicellular organisms. Groups of cells of the same type are called tissues, and groups of these tissues work together as organs to perform particular functions. For example, millions of human heart muscle cells are grouped together to form heart muscle tissue, which in turn is organised into an organ called the heart. I'll get you to copy this down, same as all the other slides, apart from the rugby slide. So here we have pictures of these different materials. Here's the cell, or a collection of heart muscle cells, and these all come together to form the tissue, which is heart muscle tissue. And when you have lots of heart muscle tissue together, it actually forms the organ of the heart. And it's the organ of the heart that pumps the blood around our body. So lots of cells form tissues, lots of tissues form organs. So you should now be able to give 3 examples of specialised cells. You should be able to describe what a tissue is, and you should be able to describe what an organ is.